one-step buttonhole is so important for anything I truly believe that is considered a quality machine. It's so important in the sense that it's easy for the consumer, it's easy for those of you at home, and it's also easy to set it up because above all, we don't want the machine to be complicated and we want you to love sewing as much as we do. So we have included that technology in the 60609. You do get your one-step buttonhole foot with your machine. You'll be able to utilize any button you would like. Just for the sake of demonstration purposes, I'm going to use a bobbin because it's handy, and we'll make it the same size as a typical bobbin dimension, just for the sake of tutorial purposes. So in order to change the buttonhole lever foot onto your machine, you're going to need to take off the existing foot that comes on the machine, which is a monogramming foot. So when you get your machine out of the box, you do have a monogramming foot already on it. That way you can utilize most of the stitches without a problem. And this is what that foot looks like. We're going to take that off and we're just going to put it aside. There's a little black lever on the back of the needle bar that allows you to release the foot. So when you go to install your buttonhole foot, again, you don't need to already have a button on it. You can just have it like this and you can adjust the back of it. This is the front of the foot. You'll notice that because it has the ability for you to clip it onto the front of the machine. So again, like so, this is the back where the button will go later. So you're simply going to place it underneath the needle bar and line up the foot stem. Again, that's your needle bar where your presser foot stem is located, and you're going to lower the presser foot down to come into contact with the foot where the little bar is located and press that little black lever on the back and you're going to hear it click. Again, you heard that little clicking noise. I'm going to do it one more time just so you can see. We're going to lower the presser arm and then click right into place. And you'll know it's secure because if you lift your foot up and down and it stays on, then you're good to go. So for our little demonstration purposes, again, I'm going to use a bobbin as a little button placement. I'm going to simply reach around to the back of the foot and adjust it so that that's the size of the button that I would want. And I'm going to take a piece of French cotton muslin, just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to place that underneath the presser foot and the buttonhole foot like so. Now, before you lower the foot, you need to press firmly on the front of the buttonhole foot. Now the reason for that is because, again, it's expecting that little bit of tension so that it knows that the buttonhole for the button size measurement is perfect. Then you lower it. You lower your presser arm like so. And in order to activate the stitch, you're going to need to put in the buttonhole number that you want to use. Now, there are numerous buttonholes on the device, which you can learn about in the manual. You can also see them listed in your hatch above. I'm just going to be using number 66 for demonstration purposes. Now, it does come standard with certain measurements, specifically for the diameter and width of that buttonhole. But what you can adjust, obviously, is the length, just by choosing the size of the button that goes on the back of the foot. It does that for you automatically. That's why we call it a one-step buttonhole. And again, you'll be able to hit your start and stop button to be able to do this, but you're going to see a little error message pop up because there's one last step to do. You're going to lower the lever that is right behind the needle bar to the left. And you're going to bring it all the way down, and there's a little piece of plastic that comes away from the buttonhole foot, and you're going to place that bar right behind that piece of plastic. And the machine will not allow you to sew until it's in the right spot. So you'll just simply come down and behind that little bit of the bar, and that's what keeps the position of the buttonhole foot in place. Then press your start stop. Once the machine has completed the buttonhole, it will stop automatically. That's important because, again, we want it to be less confusing, so all of that is built into the software to make it very easy. Once it's complete, you're simply going to lift up the presser foot lever, and you're going to slide out your buttonhole, and you're just going to clip away the excess thread so that you can actually see the wonderful work that you've just completed. Excess thread there. again, we have a beautiful completed buttonhole, and you'll just be able to snip away all the little threads with your seam ripper or your scissors that are handy to have that beautiful look complete and polished. And again, one of the great features about the sewing machine in particular is that you'll be able to take videos and footage of what you're doing and be able to share your fun sewing projects at home. So this is the buttonhole.